Hey guys, it's Henry with Vaca Valley Truck. As the summer months come, everybody's getting their RVs out. Maybe you're a first-time RV buyer and you guys don't know how to hook up your trailer. Well, we're gonna do a little demonstration video on how to unhook and hook up a fifth wheel trailer. So let's start with hooking up the trailer. So now that you've got your trailer, you wanna make sure that it's at an appropriate height for your truck. You wanna make sure that that kingpin is high enough to where it's gonna clear your tailgate and it's roughly around the height of your hitch. Now you're gonna back up the truck and get it close to the fifth wheel. You're not gonna try to hook up on the first try. You always wanna get out and look and confirm and make sure your heights are good before you do anything. And now in moments like these, it's always helpful to have a spotter. Okay, so now that the truck is backed up to the fifth wheel, you're gonna wanna get out and confirm your heights. So come take a look. So our hitch is sitting a little low for the fifth wheel, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you adjust the height of the fifth wheel accordingly to where you're at. So now that we've adjusted the height of the trailer and we're ready to back into the fifth wheel, there's another time to point out, always make sure your wheels are chocked. Even if you haven't touched this trailer in months, or you just hooked up, or you unhooked it on Friday and you're hooking it up on Sunday. Always make sure to check your wheel chocks and make sure that they're in the proper position. All right, let's get this thing hooked up. All right, so now that the hitch is locked in place, you're gonna wanna listen for that key click sound when the fifth wheel goes back in. But there's two other ways that you can confirm that your trailer's hooked up. Come in and look at this. So your handle here on this fifth wheel hitch is when it's in that position in the back, you're then gonna jump up here, take your safety pin, lock it in the hole, make sure that's locked. That is now locked on the kingpin. Now once you've done that, you're also gonna wanna come back here and visually look, getting close on the jaws there, that both jaws of the fifth wheel hitch are wrapped around the kingpin. That also is another visual reminder that the trailer is hooked up to the truck. All right, so now that our fifth wheel hitch is locked in place and we've made sure that those jaws look like they're in position, we're gonna do something called a tug test. Now this is very important when you're fifth wheel towing. This is a simple test that you can do to make sure that your fifth wheel is totally connected to your truck. What you're gonna do, you're gonna come to your jack controls again, and you're gonna retract your front jacks, and you're gonna put the weight of the fifth wheel onto the truck. Now you're gonna wanna stop when your jacks are just a little bit off the ground. You do not want them touching, but you don't want them very far. Just in case that fifth wheel hitch lets go, then the jacks will be there to catch the trailer. So I'm gonna put this one back down. So that's at about the height you wanna be. You don't wanna be too high, you don't wanna be too low. So now that the jacks are at appropriate height for you to do the test, you're gonna come over here and you're gonna make sure that your power cord's connected so that you can use your brakes for this test. I like to keep my cord tucked up here out of the way to where no accidents and it doesn't get hurt. Okay, so now that our power cord's hooked up, I'm gonna get in the truck and I'm gonna take my brake controller. You have those slide valves on it. Every brake controller has one. You're gonna slide that where it's locking the brakes and you're gonna pull forward slowly. It's also a safe bet and a good backup to put your wheel chocks. Keep them there. That's gonna be your last step. We'll get to that in a moment. But make sure those are there and squeeze your brakes and then we'll make sure that this thing's truly connected. All right, so now that we've ensured that the trailer is connected to the truck via the tug test, now we're gonna raise our jacks up and continue hooking this trailer up. Now that our jacks are up and secure, we're gonna close our door and we're gonna come back up here and we're gonna finish hooking up the vital connections to the truck and the trailer. So we've already connected our power cord and made sure that all our lights and everything are working. Now you're gonna take your breakaway safety cable and you're gonna hook that not to the hitch but to the truck itself. In any case of emergency, if that trailer hitch comes off, you want that cord to be attached to the truck and not the trailer hitch. So now that the safety cable is hooked up and our power cord's hooked up, you're gonna make sure, never forget this, close your tailgate, make sure that's latched and locked. Then you're gonna come back, final step. Get your wheel chocks, you never wanna leave those behind. And you've now officially hooked up your fifth wheel. You're ready to go on the road. All right, so now that I'm all hooked up, ready to go, the next segment of the video is gonna talk about unhooking your trailer and all the things you gotta go through to do that. Now that I'm ready to go, make sure you stay till the end of the video where I talk about which fifth wheel hitch we're working with and some tips and tricks while towing. So now we're gonna talk about unhooking the trailer. Your first step is always gonna be wheel chocks. Always make sure that the trailer's chalk. Doesn't matter if you're on flat ground, if you got a little bit of an incline, it's muddy, whatever. Always making sure that your wheels are chalked. All right, so your next step is gonna be to make sure you drop your tailgate, and while you're back here, you wanna make sure your power cord is unplugged. I always take mine, wrap it up. Keep it in a secure location to where it can't get damaged or anything while the vehicles are moving. The second step is going to be removing your breakaway cable. Make sure you always remember that. You don't want to break that or damage that internal component. Next, you're going to come back to your jacks controls. On this trailer, it's located inside here. With this one, you're going to hit the front jacks. Make sure they go down properly. Always want to make sure that you're on flat level ground. If you need blocks or anything, make sure you put those underneath them. So now that your jacks are on the ground, you're ready to lift the trailer off your truck. So while you're doing your jacks controls, you're gonna watch the fifth wheel hitch for a little gap to form, or when your truck stops rising after the weight is off of it. That's when you know that the hitch is ready to be released. Okay, so now that the weight is released off of your truck, you're ready to actually disconnect the hitch from your fifth wheel. So I'll demonstrate that now. All right, so you're gonna remove the safety pin, you're gonna grab the lever, and you're gonna pull it up. All right, so now that we've released the hitch from the fifth wheel, they're actually disconnected from each other. What I like to do personally is do one more walk around, make sure my power cord, my breakaway cable, all that stuff gets disconnected. The fifth wheel hitch is disconnected from the kingpin. Nothing's attached, nothing's gonna get in your way. Now you're ready to pull the truck out from underneath the fifth wheel. So today we're working with the B&W Companion fifth wheel hitch. This one is for the Ford factory puck system. They also offer models that are compatible with gooseneck applications and also standard fifth wheel rail applications. So a brief little moment in the video, I'm gonna talk about some tips and tricks while you're actually driving your fifth wheel. Some of you guys might be brand new to towing and this might be the first trailer you've ever towed. So I'm gonna go over a little bit of what you wanna be mindful of while you're driving. You're gonna be very long. You're gonna be much bigger than your standard vehicle. You wanna make sure that all turns you're taking with that in mind of how long you are. You're gonna wanna take wide turns. Remember that the trailer is not gonna follow you as much as, let's say, another car behind you. It's gonna swing out. You gotta take that into consideration wherever you're going. Also, you always wanna know the height of your fifth wheel, travel trailer or any kind of trailer you're towing. You're gonna wanna make sure that you know that by heart. You never wanna be that person that's headed towards that bridge and you don't know if you're gonna fit underneath it. So keep those things in mind while you're driving down the road and be safe out there. Guys, if you liked the video, we're gonna be trying to push out more videos like this in the future, so be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.